Welcome to our Year 8 Pathways process. This year has been like no other. We know our young people have missed out on so much, but we also know that they've gained so many new skills and new ways of doing things. We realise that our young people might be worried about the implications of this year for their options and their future studies, but don't worry, we've got this one together. As you know, we've extended the current curriculum in years 7 and 8 up until Christmas to give our students time to embed and consolidate deep learning as a foundation for them to then choose appropriate subjects to specialise in at GCSE level or its equivalent. Over the years, I've heard many comments from young people who feel uncertain about the process ahead of them at this time of life. But there's a prayer inspired by the conversational style of David and Mally. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Lord, I'm at another crossroad. I've got to make some choices and I need some guidance. Some of my friends know what to do, but I'm not so sure. Such a lot seems to ride on me making these decisions. My choice of subjects to specialise in seems to affect my whole life. If I do a subject that I'm good at and enjoy, I might do better than if I choose a subject just because my friends are doing it. Lord, I'm told it will affect what college I go to, what university I get into, who I meet, where I live, and what I do. When life seems overwhelming, help me to remember that I'm not alone and that I can seek support from you and from so many people around me who want to help. Help me to know that my value doesn't come from the subjects that I choose, but the person that I choose to be. Stay with us, Lord, on our journey. Amen. So the options process is just that. It's a process, not an event. You don't have to make up your mind on one particular evening, but it's a period of time dedicated to supporting our young people with decisions that will impact upon their future. This presentation explains the process and will also show what next and how to find help as you explore what is right for you. There are 3 important ingredients about getting this process right. The first one is about having the right information, of which this video is a really good start. The second is about having conversations with staff in school, including Mrs. Hancock, our careers lead, the senior leadership team, and subject teachers. And the third one is about having conversations with important adults in each child's life, so with parents and carers and other adults that will lead to you making the right choice. I'll hand over now to Mrs. Horridge to explain a little bit more about how this process runs.
As our students begin their pathways process, one thing we want them to consider is that they're planning for a future that is ever emerging in terms of technologies and the job market. As we watch this video about the automated bricklaying machine, we're considering technology that currently isn't on the market, but you never know what might happen in the future. When our students are choosing their options, we advise them to keep their curriculum as broad and balanced as possible. We'd like them to choose the subjects they enjoy, but also to consider that they might be preparing for a career that doesn't even exist yet. Keeping our students' curriculum broad and balanced is really important. It gives the students a wide range of skills in a wide number of subjects, so that for whatever future they decide is the most appropriate for them, they have transferable skills across the curriculum that they will be able to put into practice in whatever their chosen job is. It's also important to remember that a lot of our students won't have the same job throughout their lifetime. They may have a range of different jobs. Therefore, it's really important to make sure that our students are always ready with those transferable skills. This slide shows you the range of opportunities that might be available to your child as they progress into further education and beyond. The next stage that your child is progressing into is to study for GCSEs or equivalent qualifications up to the age of 16. Then they can move into further education, apprenticeships or training. And then beyond that, there are even more possibilities. This shows you why it's important to keep a wide range of options at this stage in your child's choices. Why else are these choices important? Research, Ofsted and the government all advise that the broad and balanced curriculum will be there to help get the most out of our students, to provide them with a wide range of qualifications to make them more suitable for a wide range of jobs once they leave education. It opens up the range of opportunities and helps them have that wide range of knowledge, skills and understanding across all aspects of what they are studying. At St Joseph's we have an aspirational curriculum where we strive to provide an education for our students to make sure that they are the best that they can be. At St Joseph's we have a long-standing history of students entering our school with high prior attainment. Therefore the pathways are designed to best suit all of our students. We aim to give all of our students the opportunity to develop themselves not just within the curriculum but with wider skills, to make them independent learners, to give them critical thinking skills and make them successful. Our curriculum doesn't just focus on the academic, it focuses on the aspiration of what our students would like to be once they leave St Joseph's and who they would like to leave St Joseph's as. We offer a wide range of GCSEs and equivalent subjects so that our pupils at St Joseph's can compete with the best across the borough and across the nation. The aspirational curriculum at St Joseph's challenges all of our learners to achieve their full potential, whatever their starting point may be. You will see as you delve deeper into the pathways process that there is a suite of subjects on a range of pathways to best suit each learner. At home, we need to work together to challenge your child to reach that full potential in whatever they decide is most appropriate for them. Your child will follow a learning pathway, which is the experience your child will follow at St Joseph's from January 2022 onwards. This will consist of a core curriculum and a choice of option subjects. Your child will select, with support and guidance from you and from school, subjects which best suit their interests, abilities and learning styles to help them maximise their future potential. All students will follow a core curriculum, which is made of RE, English language and English literature, maths, science and core PE. Science as a GCSE on separate science is not considered at this stage. All students within the upper band of the curriculum will study towards the separate science curriculum in Year 9. Decisions about entry for combined science or separate science will then be made later in the course. Your child will choose between history and geography and whether to pursue an international language. The remainder of your curriculum will be made up of a choice of specialist subjects. Your child will be allocated a pathway which is appropriate to their aspirations and ability. Information has been sought from a range of sources in school, such as from departments and your child's head of year, about which pathway is most appropriate for your child. Please consider this carefully. But should you have any questions about the pathway your child has been placed on, please contact us in school. This is an example of a pathways form that your child will bring home. At the top, the core curriculum is detailed. Then the choices for your child are stated below, with the bottom half of the form being what your child needs to complete. Once decisions have been made, yourselves and your child will have to sign the form. At St Joseph's, we designed the curriculum to try to accommodate as many of the chosen subject choices as possible. However, it's not always possible to facilitate every possible combination. So, when making decisions, students should select option subjects and reserve choices and write them on here in preference order. We will try to confirm your choices by December at the latest. But where subjects are oversubscribed, preferences will be given to students and the progress that they have made so far, and the attitude to learning will also be considered. When running courses, subjects will only run if there is an appropriate number of students who wish to pursue this course. Should there be any problems at any stage with your child's option choices, I will be in touch with you via email or via telephone. Please feel free at any point to get in touch with me also. This is a timeline that shows all the key dates within the pathways process. In September, there will be a Year 9 Pathways evening for yourselves and your child to attend. This will give you the opportunity to talk to staff in school about the suitability of option subjects for your child. It will give you the chance to discuss with the member of staff any subject that your child is considering as part of their Pathways choices. In the following 2 weeks, there will be the option for a one-to-one interview for students and parents and carers to discuss the personal process for your child. These interviews will be booked with a member of the senior leadership team. The deadline for submission of the Pathways forms is Friday the 15th of October. Once all the forms are received, I'll use this information to be able to put the courses together. And like I said earlier on, if there are any problems with any of the choices that your child has made, I will be in touch as soon as possible. Please remember, it's not a first come first served process. So take your time at home to consider the subjects and range of curriculum that is best for your child. Courses will only be started to put together following the deadline on Friday the 15th of October. By December 2021, I will confirm the courses that your child will follow by a letter to students and parents at home. This is a list of considerations which might help inform your decisions when making your choices. We encourage students to follow subjects that they currently find interesting and that they currently enjoy. Historically, we find that when students pursue subjects that they are enjoying, they are more likely to do well. Look at your latest report. Look at which subjects you are progressing well in. Look at subjects where you are achieving and consider whether these are the best choices for you in the future. Consider subjects where you can develop new skills and a range of subjects that combine well together. Talk to your class teachers at the end of this year and the start of next year. They have a valuable insight into which subjects are best for you and how suitable that course is for you as a learner. Also consider your future aspirations. I know you might not know exactly what you want to go into, but consider what pathways you might consider as you move beyond St. Joseph's. Mrs. Hancock, our careers lead, will be holding one-to-one interviews with our current Year 8 students as they move into Year 9 in September. During these meetings, she will talk to you about the best ways that you learn, subjects and careers that might be suitable for you. This is valuable information when you are considering your choices. However, we discourage students from choosing subjects just because their friends are doing it. There's not even a guarantee you'd be in the same class. Please try not to take a subject just because you think it will be easy. There is a Pathways information booklet that accompanies this video. It goes through each of the subjects, the requirements for the course, whether it's exam-based or controlled assessment-based. It gives skills and qualities that you will need to be successful on that course, and some comments from students. Make sure you make an informed choice. Take as much time as you need to find out as much as you can. You are more likely to enjoy the subject when you start it in January 2022 if you have done the research and know what to expect. Don't choose a subject for the class teacher. Again, there's no guarantee it will be that teacher that will be teaching you when you start your GCSE or equivalent qualification. I will now pass over to Mr. Cartwright to give you some more information about where you can seek support and guidance when making these choices.
There are many people at St. Joseph's who can assist your child and yourselves through the whole process of Year 8 Pathways. First of all, your child's form tutor is there every single day at registration to offer any help, support, guidance and hopefully answer any questions your children or yourselves might have. I can also reinforce that as head of year, so if your child does have any questions they can come and see me as well. Mrs. Hancock, who works at St. Joseph's as our careers advice and guidance lead, has an enormous wealth of experience in terms of dealing with this stage of your child's education, the decisions process and ultimately over the next 3 years as well, in guiding them and steering them to destinations for post-16. There will be one-to-one interviews held in the autumn term for your child, again to help with this process. There are obviously the individual subject teachers who teach your children. They will be on hand to answer any questions about the specific subjects that your child potentially could be taking at GCSE level. In addition to the subject teachers, there's obviously the heads of department. They can provide specific, bespoke information to do with the qualification at GCSE, whether it's to do with examinations and how much weighting of that qualification comes from examination assessment or non-examined assessment through coursework. Heads of department can offer that information as well. We also have the team of the senior leaders, where we have the head teacher, the deputy head teachers, and the assistant head teachers who are on hand to guide your child through the process as well. In terms of support from home, from parents and carers, we would really encourage you to talk to your child about their future if you've not done so already. Please encourage your child to maximise their options. Have a look at their strongest subjects areas. Have a look at which options are the most beneficial for your child moving forward. Have a look at the booklet together. Please allocate time where feasible to sit down and go through the booklet to just really get that understanding of the process, what options are available, which subjects are there, how are they going to be assessed, what does that course look like. Also, really important is to maximise attendance. The research is there, the evidence is there that when children are not in school and not learning, the impact that can have negatively on final outcomes and GCSE grades is key. So the more your child is obviously in school and learning, the more that actually suggests in a positive manner that outcomes should be more favourable for your child in 3 years' time. We always ask you to support the revision, even in year 8 and in year 9, going through into year 10 and going into year 11, that revision is key. Organisation is such an important attribute. It always has been from the day that the pupils walked through the door in September 2019 in year 7, but as they will now be getting more diverse timetables and not necessarily in the same classes with all their forms or their sets, where it's going to be in year 9 when the process does kick in, a bit different teachers, different content of subjects. So please encourage that organisation, it is key. As always, ePraise is such a useful tool that parents and carers can monitor, whether it's tracking homework, tracking any kind of patterns with behaviour and attendance. Please keep an eye on ePraise, and if there's any grey areas that you see there in any subject areas, please get in touch with that teacher or head of department and even myself, and obviously we can work together for a better outcome.
And finally, some advice from our students. All students in year 9 and above have been through this process. Talk to them about their experience. Talk to them about their subjects and what they have learned since starting them. Please feel free to ask. There is an email address within the Pathways booklet should you want any further information at any point. I know it's difficult at this time to be able to do this virtually, but guidance and support is available through school at any point should you need it. Thank you for listening. Please let us know if you have any further questions.